My name is Daniel G. Schultz. I am the founder of the Humanitarianist political movement. We are glad to serve humanity and serve nature. I believe we can build a utopian world order and eradicate corruption everywhere. The Humanitarianist political movement is about uniting all the nations and preventing war and making peace. We are also a movement that wishes to provide necessities to people all around the world and provide means of production and sustainability of society globally. Not only do we protect nations and people, but we protect nature and make the water clean all around the world. We wish to advance the agenda to recycle, reuse, decompose, and dispose of properly environmentally hazardous waste in all around our planet. The humanitarianist political movement likes to use technology to protect humanity and nature and put a taste of nature in our everyday living. Also, instead of 5G, we could use quantum entanglement for phone service. I have a dream for a new company to make a new brand of phone and computer called Blackbook. Completely equipped phone, including but not limited to untraceable by the government, decentralized and untraceable GPS, built-in VPN, etc. People in this political movement will run for positions in government, including me, and as your future President Daniel G. Schultz, I present a list of presidential policies, including but not limited to: pay our kids cryptocurrency and fiat currency to get good grades in school. Use tax dollars to start in a business selling hydrogen-powered vehicles that recharge themselves and that use water as fuel and mass-produce them. Modify the economy to make it easy to start businesses and get jobs. Release all extraterrestrial and ultra-terrestrial technology to the masses. Use skyscraper technology to cultivate crops for human consumption and make vegan organic food much more affordable than animal products. Use our tax dollars to clean out the water and land. Use our tax dollars to protect wildlife and trees. Place high-quality stores in poor neighborhoods and increase the amount of food stamps someone can receive every month. Also make necessity stamps for toiletries, dish soap, laundry detergent, etc. Legalize weed, shrooms, LSD, and DMT and other natural psychedelics and make it legal to mass produce under strict regulations. Eradicate synthetic drugs including crack, cocaine, meth, fentanyl, and heroin. Place judges that have good intentions within our system and heavily prosecute police brutality. If someone is arrested and police brutality was committed, charges get dropped if it is a petty misdemeanor. Shorten prison sentences for more serious misdemeanors and felonies. Reform prisons to not focus on punishing the criminals, rather more focus on making sure when they get out they do not become repeat offenders. Making online sexual behavior fall under statutory laws rather than being a law all on its own. Take 1/3 of the population to the moon and take 1/3 of the other population to Mars. Start mining from the asteroid and Kuiper belts. Outlaw abortions and make it easy to put kids up for adoption and pay biological parents money to put kids up for adoption. However, this ties into another topic I want to talk about abortion. You know, parents might decide to get an abortion because their kid might be deformed. Well, let me tell you, I have a medicine that I've recently learned about called Ormus. It is a medicine that can theoretically cure deformities within children and can regrow limbs. I am still researching it. It has been hidden and hushed up by our government, and they wish not to release it to the public because some Ormus blends are so powerful to the point where it can extend lifespans out for generations. Theoretically it can. I have yet to test it. And as a personal someone that has handled Ormus, I have actually consumed it, and it has helped me immensely with my mental health. Get rid of laws regulating types of firearms and other weaponry you are allowed to own on your property. Make our schools teach grade school kids to be polylingual. Make it easy and quick to become a legal U.S. citizen. Put a wall all around our borders and put boats, submarines, and airborne blockades on our oceans. Also, on top of that, I would also make a lot of citizen registry stations on the walls and on the oceans where the lines don't so the lines don't get jammed up. Back the U.S. currency with precious metal, real estate, and gemstones, and not only back it with that, but back it with cryptocurrency. Put U.S. citizens in self-defense training, teach everyone how to use a gun, and increase funding for law enforcement. Make drug charges and other charges have more fair punishments in court. Fix our roads and highways to make sure vehicles can drive safely. Fund STEM companies and pay them commission for mass producing new technology. Bring back net neutrality and promote the Fourth Amendment for the internet. Make 50 states on Mars and make 50 states on the moon and make it equivalent to 150 U.S. states. Any new technology or inventions get funding for mass protection. Eliminate all taxes and have the government mine cryptocurrency. Now, this is something that I really want to work on. As President of the United States, I will be the first president to eradicate all taxes. Not a single American citizen will have to pay a single cent towards the government ever again. And I'll tell you why. It's because within our lives, we're going to incorporate cryptocurrency as a more regular, we're going to impose all sorts of cryptocurrency as more of a regular thing in our daily lives. And the government will no longer tax the American citizens. Instead, they're going to have huge buildings with ASIC miners mining probably several million a day out of cryptocurrency. And, but through fiat, that might be a tax on the blockchain to make the difficulty on cryptocurrency harder. But that's why I'm going to calculate it very finessely, and I'm going to make sure the government can only mine certain cryptocurrencies, so other cryptocurrencies that people can use are not mined by the government and be a lot easier to mine for proof of work or proof of coverage or whatever you're going to do, proof of whatever. But yeah, most cryptocurrencies do proof of work, but the Helium token does proof of coverage. For those of you who don't know what the Helium token is, I would highly recommend looking it up. Helium token is basically a cryptocurrency that allows people to do LoRaWAN, and that's not Wi-Fi. It's very subtle electromagnetic radiation that bounces from hotspot to hotspot, and people mine cryptocurrency from proof of coverage. So if you want to get your free Helium hotspot, go to emrit.io. It is spelled emrit.io. You go there and you get your free hotspot. But that's not all. To learn about this, you go on CoinMarketCap. You can go on there and learn about it. And I'll also tell you about a VPN coin called Orchid. So continuing on, the government will only mine certain cryptocurrencies and will regularly update what cryptocurrencies are going to mine, because if certain cryptocurrencies are going to be harder to mine, then we're going to have to constantly change the laws on what cryptocurrencies we're allowed to mine, what cryptocurrencies we're mining at the moment, and how many ASIC miners we're having approximately. But anyway, continuing on. Develop or miss medicine to get rid of birth defects within people. Already covered that. Eradicate systemic discrimination of any type in any branch of our government. Get rid of all unnecessary business regulations. Regulate meat production and make regulations to stop animal and livestock cruelty and find those who refuse to follow them. Make plant and fungus-based foods more sustainable for human nutrition. Remove all unnatural chemicals from smokable products and make vapes and jewels have all natural flavors with nutrients. Make legal substances 18 or over for recreational use. And make minors be able to obtain any of the substances with a prescription. Now, I have to think of more presidential policies I plan to impose, but I assure you, I will impose these new policies, and hopefully I can make the U.S. by far the best country in the entire world. Not only that, but I will also not only build up the U.S., but I will also help other countries too. As the humanitarianist's oath is to help whoever they can, no matter what creed, no matter what race. I will continue to serve others before myself. Now, let me know down in the comments if I have your vote. And if I have your vote, I will continue to recruit people into the humanitarianist political movement. And once I do that, I will prepare a campaign as I am 19 years old. And when I turn 35 is when I will run for president. And I'm going to make sure I win. I have many ways to make money. Right now, I'm poor, but I'm working on certain ways to make money right now. If those of you who don't know, I've been using, I've logged in for Latinum.org. I've also logged into Cafe Press and Redbubble, and I'm currently going to, and in the next podcast, I'm making products. I'm going to promote those products on the next podcast. Go on my Facebook page, Daniel Schultz, the one with the black hoodie. If you want to message me about joining the political movement, message me on Rudra Warrior, #5814. It's case sensitive on Discord. So basically the R at the beginning of Rudra is capital, and the W on the start of the word warrior is capital. There's no spaces or any kind of there's no spaces or underscores. And on top of that, it's just Rudra Warrior. It's spelled WARRIOR. Oh crap, never mind. No, it's spelled RUDRA, Rudra, with a capital R at the beginning. But the other R is lowercase, but all the other letters except the W in front of the warriors were lowercase. So then it's WARRIOR, Rudra Warrior with no spaces. And the R at the beginning of Rudra is capital, and the W at the beginning of warrior is capital. And then it's #5814. Message me, DM me, friend me, and I'll add you to a group. And I will see you in the next podcast. I just explained to you what the Humanitarianist political movement is all about. In the next podcast, we'll talk about some global issues and regarding Hong Kong protests and in the research, capitalism versus communism, and which one is the best form of government.